My son just won gold place in box stock at AAA Hobbies this month's mini four-wheel drive tune class races. Against stellar competition, my son prevailed and won gold in box stock category. So cool. And he won with this new car here. Ooh, the chrome metallic, silver metallic mock frame that he has. Yes, pretty darn cool. And basically this is a repurposed car. Before it was the previous car, which was called Silver Surfer, and then it's been replaced by this new cowl from the silver metallic mock frame car kit. Yay, pretty cool. And with his prize earnings, he was able to get this stellar model kit right here. Whoa, what's this? What's this, Em?
A GTR.
What kind of GTR? I don't know. It says Advan, right? And for all of those of you who know about mini four-wheel drive cars, there are special Advan kits. Or is it Advan? I don't know. I'm not a racer. Yeah, I'm just a mini four-wheel drive racer. Yeah. But yeah, so cool. This car here, my son took a conservative approach to this car. He didn't want to amp up the juice just like I did. Like, as everybody knows, pumping up the juice a little too much, not always a good idea, right? So I had 165 volt battery in both, I think both slots. No, I had a 165 and also a 158 or 157. And it was a little too much because my car ended up corkscrewing right after the lane changer. And yeah, that's just the way the ball bounces here. A little too much power on these things, a little too much will cause these to corkscrew. But with a more conservative battery voltage in the 1.5s, this car was able to stay solid on the ground. And because of our reverse roller situation here, it kept on the track. It hit everything the way it should. This is pretty darn cool. It was able to hit those little waves very well. And yeah, it prevailed. Very cool. Other cars were really fast all around us. There were like cars that were whizzing on by. They were very stable, very solid. Box stock, pretty competitive category. So then we moved on to tune class, and unfortunately I wasn't able to do much better in tune class either. The very final race I was trying to qualify for the third place, and this thing corkscrewed out of me. It basically coursed out. It corkscrewed and coursed out. And it was because I pumped it up full of like high energy batteries at the very end. And yeah, 165 was a little too much for this little guy. And yeah, unfortunately that's the way the ball bounces. However, my son's mock frame fared better, but unfortunately it too wasn't as fast as the winning car for that heat. So yeah, no victories for me in box or tuned. Victory in box stock for my son. Very cool. Now we're going to tell you a little bit about some things that we talked about last time versus what happened in this race. I interviewed a racer, a professional racer. In real life, he was a professional racer for those little cars, those half-height style cars. I'm not exactly sure what they're called, but I'm pretty sure that after reviewing the video, I'll have what they're called right here. And he knows about racing, like it's the back of his hand. He knows racing. And what he revealed to me was similar to my theories on how racing should be. When you are competing against really fast racers that you know are really good, you're going to pull out all stops and just race as fast as you can because you want to win. You just want to totally win. And you know, if you don't put your best foot forward, you don't know if you're going to win. You don't know if you're going to be number one. And so putting your best foot forward is the way to do it when you're in the finals. Now, when you're competing against people that you know, like maybe a kid starting out or an adult starting out, you don't want to beat them too badly. Like I said before in my previous video, you want to just make sure that since you're an experienced racer, you beat them just enough so you give them a taste of what like winning close is all about. And then when they are up to your level, you pull out all the stops and you try to beat them. That's how you should really do it. It's the gentlemanly or ladylike way of racing. So that's just my opinion. Your opinion may vary. Maybe you don't know about how to control the cars so well and you just want to go fast all the time. That's fine too. But over time, you'll just learn the little tricks and tips to try to pull back the speed a little bit so that you don't try to blow past everybody that like you don't intend to. So yeah, it's just the gentlemanly or ladylike way of doing things. That's all it is. So yeah. But yeah, cool. First place for my son. Very cool. How do you feel about that?
Good.
Yeah, pretty cool. Everybody's a winner at AAA Hobbies. Everybody's a winner in mini four-wheel drive racing. You know what? If you can keep your car on the track for 3 laps, even if you're the third place every single time, that's a really cool feat, don't you think? It's like, it's hard to keep the car on the track sometimes. And so if you can figure out ways of keeping the car on the track, even if it's kind of slow, it might be a very stable car. And because it stays on the track, there's going to be opportunities for that car to win. Now, I will point out to you that one very, very professional racer, I'll call him professional, I'm not sure he would consider himself to be professional, but I think he's professional. So he races with this little penguin racer, and it goes at 5-to-1 gear ratio, and it's a very slow gear. But you know what? He wins races. Why? Because everybody's like a speed demon and just courses out, and his car just like stays on the track and always finishes. And there's something to be said about that. There's something really strong to be said about that, because sometimes slow and steady wins the race. It's not always the fastest cars that win the race. So sometimes with a little patience, a little bit of luck, other people will course out, and you're going to head your way to victory, head your way into the finals. And you know what? Once you're in the finals, whether you're first, second, or third, doesn't really matter. It'd be great to be first, right? It'd be great to be second, first. But you know what? If you're third in the finals, you still win a prize. In fact, at AAA Hobbies, you win a prize of a car kit. Yeah, that's so cool. So for second and first place prizes, they give out a gift certificate and a bunch of parts. So everybody can basically buy what they want using their gift certificate. So that's the point of that. Pretty cool. Yeah, so, yeah. This is the golden car, everybody. So cool, yeah. Silver chrome metallic mock frame. Yeah, very cool. So my mock frame, this is the Spider-Man 2099, in which I had pointed out to you won the Boo Run, the 8th Boo Run. This corkscrewed right after the lane changer because the batteries were too fast on it. Thing is, this was plenty fast enough. I didn't need to put such fast batteries in there, such juiced up batteries in there. If I was a little more patient and conservative, like my son, I probably would have fared better. But that's just the way the ball bounces. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say for this week. And so some of the things that I got that were pretty cool and new, at least new to me. So we have here the Slash Reaper. Cool. Yeah, look at that. Now the cool thing about this car is, look at the cowl. The cowl is one of the lightest hard plastic cowls I've seen ever, because it's got these holes cut out of it right there. See the see-through holes? Pretty cool. So that makes this a very lightweight cowl. Very, very cool. And you know what? If you ever want to use this for tune class or open class, right there, you can basically just cut right there across, and you'll get a much smaller cowl. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty versatile in that way. That way you don't have to like use the nippers or use a Dremel or some sort of filing device to try to shave away parts. Like, it's right there. You just clip it off using your nippers. And yeah, you can create a whole brand new shape. Imagine what this would look like without this stuff on the sides. Pretty cool. It would still look pretty cool. So yeah, very, very cool. So we also have here, ooh, the Lord Guile. This kit's been out for a while now. It's been out for the past year. And basically, this is the precursor to my, yeah, there it is. It's the precursor to my GT Koala racer. Yeah, pretty cool, except there's no koala in there. I just took it out and put it on there because this car is actually, I found out, more stable without the koala bear. So yeah, pretty darn cool. And it's got this 3.7-to-1 gear ratio, which is like, this is super powerful. You know, like so fast around the track. So fast, and I'm talking about with just a box stock motor in place of the torque tune motor. So fast that it does course out a lot, unfortunately. So it's a little too fast. I think I tuned the motor using my Venom tuning techniques a little too well. So yeah, so Lord Guile, precursor to the Koala GT Racer. Very, very cool. So I tried some of these other cars on the track too, and a lot of them were very hopeful. I think if I had played this, which is a little more conservative than my mock frame, I probably would have fared a little better. But it's more of a shoulda, coulda, woulda kind of thing. I picked the car that I wanted for a reason. And it's because I wanted this one to win. That's why I picked it. Pretty cool. And I really want Hellboy to win something. And that's why I keep racing it. So I'm going to keep racing it again probably next month. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yay! Other cars that I considered for this track, this particular track, I considered this Brocken Gigant, but I always raced Brocken Gigant in the past. So it's like, why am I always racing the Brocken Gigant when I can race a different car, right? So, and then I was considering this one. This one's basically like my Koala racer, right? This is an elephant racer that I removed the elephant from because this is a lot more stable without the elephant also. This has a torque tune motor in here instead of an atomic tune. Pretty cool. And then there's also this one, my old Brocken Gigant SFM car. Yeah, now I put in juiced up batteries in this one, and this flew around the track. It was pretty stable, pretty solid. But alas, I felt that Hellboy would have given me a better chance. You only get one chance, one car you enter in AAA Hobbies, and you know what? By forcing yourself to pick your one best car, that, I feel, is a lot harder as a race than an event where you just enter like 5 or 6 cars. So, and I don't really recommend entering 5 to 6 cars. The most I ever entered into one race was 3 cars, and it would usually be one car that I'd really want to win, one car I know is strong, stable, and solid, it's much slower, and the third car would be my experimental car. And the experimental car is like, I don't know what's going to happen here. It's a toss-up. It might win some races, it'll probably lose most of the races, but it's an experimental car to see where my head's at in terms of building philosophies and things like that. So yeah, it's good to race an experimental car to see where you're at in terms of like where your ideas are, your flow of ideas, the creativity that you put into the philosophy. It's good to have that sort of thinking, because trying to copy someone else's designs, not always a good idea. If you carbon copy somebody else's designs, you're just going to play against a field of other cars that look exactly like yours. What's the fun of that? Why don't you try to build something new? Why don't you try to build something using your old noggin? Why don't you try to use all that physics knowledge that you had back in high school to try to cultivate and create something that's awesome and unique to you? So that's what it's all about here. Mini four-wheel drive is not about carbon copying other people's work. It's about trying to express your creativity and try to build something that you feel is going to edge yourself out against the competition, and yeah, maybe you'll win. That'll be cool, right? If you won with something that you created yourself without anybody else's help, that's what it's all about. That's the cool part of mini four-wheel drive. The creativity rules in mini four-wheel drive. So yeah, you might, who knows, just because you didn't carbon copy somebody else, you might have created that your own special design that'll win a race that other people will copy off of. How cool would that be, right? And so I hear people all the time from other countries, this country, as well as other countries, and they're all praising me. Even people from Japan and people from Philippines, they're all like, wow, your cars are really cool. I really like that design. In fact, I copied that. It's so cool. It's won me. I'm now the fastest racer in such and such country. And like, cool. I'm glad that I had that influence on you. So cool. So cool. So yeah, if you like this video, everybody, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel, and you'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you. Bye.